Hey frugal friends, I went grocery shopping. It's Thanksgiving next week. I needed to make sure I had everything I need, and I found some prices that are like better than anything I've ever seen since I've started keeping a price book, so I thought you should know about them. But this is kind of a two-part shopping trip. Part one was like shopping for Thanksgiving Day, all the turkey, all the trimmings, all the fixings, everything. And then there was also like stock up, because if you didn't know, this is the time. Stores are desperate to get your money, and so they're going to hit lower than anything you'll ever see for the rest of the year, and especially on products that don't ever go on sale otherwise, like baking goods. This is the only time of year I see sales on baking goods, so when I see them, I stock up. So let's look at everything I got. I went to three grocery stores over the last 2 days. I got 10 pounds of potatoes. Do I already have 10 pounds of potatoes in my storage? Yes, I do. But potatoes are necessary for life, and they're the best price at Aldi compared to anywhere else. Onions were on sale at Aldi. Celery was on sale at Aldi. Also over here, the nope, those aren't butternut. Brussels sprouts were on sale at Aldi. Sweet potatoes were on sale at Aldi. They had way better sales on produce than any of the grocery stores near me. So that's why primarily, I went to Aldi. I was looking for produce sales. However, when I got there, I noticed that there were sales on brown sugar that I hadn't seen ever that low. There were sales on flour. Flour was $1.99, so I got 2 containers of white all-purpose flour. Clearly, I went to the Amish store and I got a bazillion pounds of whole wheat flour, which is what we bake with more often, but sometimes you just need a little all-purpose for things, so I grabbed a few of those. Cheese strings are cheaper at Aldi than anywhere else. I got those. Tofu is $1, like around $1.50. I think it's $1.59 per pack, whereas if I were to get it at my normal grocery store, it's full $3 for tofu. We go through a lot of tofu in this house. My husband is vegan, so we eat a lot of tofu, so I make sure I get like a month's supply of tofu. Eggs are $1.50, which is cheaper than anywhere near me. I got a few of these jumbo flaky biscuits because I'm gonna have those for a nice yummy breakfast.
Why are you filming this video too?
Filming it for the internet. Okay. Probably have, I checked the date on this. The date is good through like the middle of January. So I'll probably keep these around. There was a really good deal on those. I'll keep them around to make monkey bread around Christmas time because hamana. They have great deals. They had refried beans. They had diced tomatoes. Those weren't like fabulous deals. But what I find when I go to Aldi, their prices are equal to the normal grocery store I go to or less. So even if it's something like beans or diced tomatoes, the prices is still worth getting when I go to Aldi because it saves me another trip. The biggest expense, I think, when I look at how much Thanksgiving is going to cost me, I think the biggest expense is going to be stuffing. So I'm using my mother-in-law's recipe this year, which calls for 1 bag of like the Pepperidge Farm and 3 trays of, what are these? Hawaiian sweet rolls. Again, because my husband is vegan, he's not eating the turkey, so the stuffing is the main event for my husband. So I'm gonna be making my mother-in-law's stuffing balls, going with her recipe, and fingers crossed I can make them as good as mom. They've also got much better prices on whole wheat bread than my grocery store, much better prices than my grocery store has for ramen. But the deal to end all deals was on the pecans. I didn't even see pecans listed on their flyer this week, but the pecans at Aldi for 2 pounds. Usually at my store, it's $15 for 1 pound. Maybe if I find a really good sale, it's like $12 a pound, but $8 a pound, $16 for 2 pounds. Yes, it's kind of like, some people might think that's more of a luxury, but like this is an entire year's worth of pecan for my household. We might go through like half a pound of pecans a month. So I've got 2 for 6 pounds of pecans. That's an entire year's worth because I've literally never seen $8 a pound for pecans. So I'm very, very happy. The other great deal was on the corn. Corn was 47 cents a can. I haven't seen cans of vegetables ever that low. That was exciting. Milk is cheaper at Aldi. It was like $2.50 instead of $4. Coconut milk, beans, usually the same price. Tortilla chips, we eat a lot of like chips and guac or chips and salsa. I was also excited about the figs. Figs were a whole $1 cheaper at Aldi than they were at the normal store. Turkey was another fantastic deal. I found it at the Shaw's, which is like an Albertsons affiliate, 47 cents a pound, up to a 22-pound turkey. So I got a 21.55 pound turkey. So this is what it would have been if it wasn't on sale, if it was $2 a pound. However, because I purchased $25 worth of groceries at the store using like markdown sales and other loss leader sales, I got it for 47 cents a pound. I also got the flour at the Amish store was a great price. It's 65 cents a pound, which especially if I compare it to King Arthur whole wheat, which is now the only whole wheat flour I can buy near me. They stopped selling generic brands, so that is a fantastic buy. I also got a ton of apples because apples were 57 cents a pound, and I never see that. So I'm probably going to make some yummy apple pie. Oh, I forgot the other thing. I left it in the freezer. My husband specifically said that he wanted more than anything, more than me making like a fancy vegan main dish. He's like, I just want to have a stress-free, smooth Thanksgiving. So in keeping with his wishes, instead of going ahead and making like my own from scratch vegan pie crust, I found 2-pack of vegan pie crust. So that was pretty good. Who wants to guess the grand total for all of my stock up shopping, including Thanksgiving? I don't actually have it memorized because I haven't done all that math yet because I just got home and I have to put everything away. You guys know I wouldn't leave you hanging like that. We gotta talk about all the math. So I've changed my shirt that my kid got snot on. I put all the babies to bed and now I can finally go through all these receipts and get some numbers for you. So my big question was, could I do Thanksgiving for less than $50? When I was driving home from Aldi, I was thinking I probably got closer to 47. That was the number kind of going around in my head, but let's see how close I actually got. And I'm gonna go dish by dish so you also know kind of what I'm making for Thanksgiving. So the big one, of course, is the turkey. Turkey at, I said it wrong in the first part, it was 49 cents a pound. Still a great deal. So when I bought the turkey, I got it for $10.12. Now, I did have to buy $25 worth of groceries to purchase it at that price. However, this is the only grocery store in town that does markdown sales, and they had a couple other loss leader sales listed on like cheese markdown sales I found as I was going through that were worth buying anyway, and all of that added up ended up being more than $25. So I was saving money there, and I got the ridiculously good price on turkey, so I don't consider that to be bad. The next dish we're having for Thanksgiving, which is probably not how it's going to go at your house, but at my house, it's going to be even more expensive a dish than the turkey itself. And that's going to be the stuffing, because I had to buy the onions, the celery, the 3 trays of rolls, and a container of stuffing mix. When I'm making my own recipes, I do a lot of fudging and I mix things up. But when I'm trying to make her recipe for my husband, I wanted to try to get it as close as possible. But the stuffing is going to cost me $13.34 for the entire dish. We're doing butternut squash. It's going to be free because I grew it in the garden this year and I've still got like 6 squash down in my cold storage, so I won't even use up all of them. I'll still have some more squash later for maybe Christmas dinner. The Brussels sprouts were interesting. I originally had green beans that I wanted to buy. In all the grocery stores I could find, including Aldi, were selling green beans way more than I wanted to pay for them, like $3 something a pound. And that's because they're not exactly in season anymore, so it makes sense. So I had just written it off as saying, no, I don't care. I'm not gonna do any green beans this year. And then when I was looking at the Aldi produce section, I saw the Brussels sprouts and they were $1.89 a pound. And I thought, you know what? That's it. I'm getting that one. We'll have a little bit of green on our plate. My husband and I might be the only ones who eat the Brussels sprouts, but oh my goodness, they're really good. Potatoes were $4 for 10 pounds. I think that was a fantastic deal. Sweet potatoes were an interesting one because originally I was looking at the price of sweet potatoes at a grocery store near me, and I thought, ooh, they're 47 cents a pound there. Is that a good enough reason to add another grocery shopping trip? And I was thinking about it, and then I looked at Aldi, and Aldi was selling a 3-pound bag of sweet potatoes for $1.47. So I'm like, oh, that maths. It's fine. I'll just get it at Aldi too. Here's an interesting one. Obviously, you saw that I got a bazillion pecans, but before then, I wanted to make pecan pie. And when I was looking at the price of pecans at all the stores near me, and it was at least $12 a pound, I scratched pecan pie off my list because I figured it just wasn't going to be in the cards this year. And aside from the stuffing and the potatoes, but aside from those 2 things, I am not married to anything on the Thanksgiving menu. It's all about what's a good buy, what's going to provide some variety and color and things that my kids are going to eat, that my extended family who's coming over is going to eat. So when it came to pies, I could do without the pecan pie, especially when I saw the price of apples. I'm like, you know what? Scrap all of that. We'll do Dutch apple pie. It'll be fantastic. And my husband asked for pumpkin pie. We've got the supplies for pumpkin pie except for the crust, which I purchased already at home. So I'm thinking the pumpkin pie is probably going to cost us around $2. An apple pie, I haven't mathed everything out because I haven't figured out exactly what we're doing for the crumb topping, but it's going to probably be around $5 or $6 to make the apple pie. So of course, the grand total for Thanksgiving specific is $44.51. So booyah, came under budget. I'm very pleased with that shopping trip. And of course, that means that the total for stocking up of like a couple months worth of flour, all of those pecans, all that corn, there was a ton of corn, lots of tofu, lots of cheese, and beans aplenty. There was a $20 deduction that I got. I've been sitting on some Fetch Rewards money. This isn't sponsored by Fetch. I'm not even an affiliate for them, but I think I do have a referral code if you want to check it out in the description. The total for everything at all 3 grocery stores that I paid out of my pocket was $192.86. Don't forget that I'm going to be doing a live Black Friday event if you would like to come hang out and ask all your frugal questions, and we can chat about any sales you found or sales that I've found, and we can swap ideas, and I'll have all the details for that in the description if you need it. I can't wait to see you there. So when we go around the table and say what we're thankful for this year, you guys are my thankful thing. I really appreciate you. Bye, YouTube.